All right. Hey, everyone. I'm going to introduce you to someone I met a couple of months ago. He's a combination of my couple of passions, I guess, IT and real estate, essentially. So he has this great new app, which is going to explain everything. I don't want to talk for him. So Max Ball, please introduce yourself, your background and how you came to do what you do right now.
Sure. And yeah, I appreciate you having me on, Raju. My name is Max. I'm a co-founder at Lofty AI. We are a real estate tech company backed by Y Combinator, and we help real estate investors find the best investment properties instantly without having to look through Zillow, Redfin, use Excel spreadsheets. Everything is right there in a one-stop shop. And really what we're trying to do is help real estate investors invest out of state, stress-free. About 70% of investment properties are owned within an hour of where someone lives. We think that's ridiculous because they're limiting themselves to 0.1% of the potential opportunities. So our whole goal has always been to really make that out-of-state investing process a lot simpler. I run all the business development, marketing, sales for the company, fundraising. I have a background in business development at startups and larger companies as well. And we typically work with mom and pop investors, large funds, and brokerages to, again, really just help them find the best investment properties in a bunch of different markets.
Got you. And your background is in real estate investment too?
It's actually not in real estate investment. No one on the team had real estate experience going in. We had this interesting theory that if you use social media data, you could actually find the next hot neighborhood before the rest of the industry caught on. Right. So we were living in the arts district and we noticed condos pretty much doubled in price in about 2 to 3 years. And it was this, call it a hipster invasion, these new coffee shops opening, juice bars, breweries. And what we found is that you could actually find the next arts district before the rest of the industry caught on by using Twitter, Instagram, all these different social media sources to pick up on all these real-time trends. And that was really how this kicked off. And that's probably the biggest edge we have compared to other companies doing something similar, is we essentially know about the next Williamsburg before anyone else, because we've really just automated local knowledge by using all these social nuanced sources and artificial intelligence to train a model that can pick up on trends that are actually correlated with price growth. And so that's really the big differentiator between us and anyone else trying to do this.
Gotcha. Awesome. That's a great explanation. Now, with that being said, obviously, based on what you said, real estate investors looking to not only do local, but actually really, I guess, globalize or, nationalize their business would be your people who would connect you. But I will let you explain, show maybe a little bit of your product, and then who should connect to you, who can you help with your product, if you can, I guess, as briefly as possible.
Yeah, of course. All right, so you can see the product right here. Sure. We have about 45 different markets currently. And so we have investors that are investing just in one market, and then we have investors that are looking really all over the US. And really what we do is just show them the best investment properties in a bunch of different markets instantly. And so for Dallas, we start by pinpointing the neighborhoods that are seeing signals of rapid future appreciation using those sources that I mentioned before. Looking at hot new businesses opening, where software engineers are starting to work, school ratings going up, crime rates going down. And that's the first step. The next step after pinpointing the best neighborhoods is to actually find properties that are near these hot neighborhoods that are also ideally undervalued, which we show you right here, and have a positive cash on cash return, which you can see by just sorting right here by cash on cash return, shows properties that have the highest rate. You can also choose to show every single property and instantly sort by the metrics you actually care about, right? So rents, cash on cash return, cap rates, all the metrics you care about. We found that most investors will typically have about 10 tabs open. They'll have Zillow, a Bigger Pockets calculator, Excel, Redfin, and they end up spending about 5 to 10 hours a week during research. Our users are now spending about 20 minutes because they can instantly find the best properties without having to really sort through all the noise.
Right.
And that's a big issue when it comes to investing, is there's just so much data just coming at you. And our goal is to really make it a streamlined process and let you click into any market, instantly find the best properties without having to do all the dirty work that's really unnecessary. And this is both for traditional and for Airbnb as well.
Awesome. Great. That's a great product. I mean, I'm going to probably be using it. Not probably, I think I'm going to use it. First of all, so kind of, I guess maybe you can, people can, so based on that, any investor probably ought to take a look at this, tool that, Max and them have, Lofty AI. Like, I'll put the links. If you're watching on LinkedIn, obviously it'll be on the top. If it's on YouTube, it'll be in the about section. But anyway, reach out to him, get more info, because I got a lot of questions. I'll leave it aside for now. So with that being said, what inspires Max Ball to get up every day and do what you do?
I think a lot of it is the inefficiency we see with investors when they're looking to buy properties. We tend to focus more on mom and pop investors. And for most of them, an investment property is one of the most important purchases they'll ever make.
Right.
But when they start to look for a property, most realize that it is the least data-driven process out there. And most people just end up relying on local knowledge and gut feeling. And so we talked to so many people that have taken the plunge and bought their first property and it didn't work out, or they ended up investing right down the street and they didn't really make any money. The property was barely cash flowing, appreciated about 2%. And what we want to do is help, a mom and pop investor, a more experienced investor. We even work with funds. We want to help them actually have a data-driven approach to investing. So that really keeps us going and motivates us, because the lack of data in this industry is absurd, as I'm sure most people have noticed. And a lot of people are using these platforms that are meant for people looking to buy homes to live in, not actually to invest in those homes and make as high of a return as possible.
Right.
So we just really want to help the investor that's looking to buy a property, get them the highest returns humanly possible. And then for us, we want to buy our own properties shortly in the future as well. And so that really keeps us going too, to make the best product possible, because we're literally going to use this product to buy our own properties. So that's what really keeps us going. $1 trillion industry that is run using Excel spreadsheets and gut feeling is typically a good place for a startup to be. And so we're super excited, about the position that we're in.
Awesome. That's a great testimony, actually. If you're intending to use it your own, then what other testimony can be there?
Yeah.
So, last question. What's the one thing you can share with everybody out there? Either maybe it's your business, or it has helped you in your business, or in your personal life, and help you grow.
Sure. For us, when we came into this, we didn't have real estate experience. We had to learn as we went. What we had was a very technical team with data backgrounds, and we took a very different approach coming in, looking at very alternative data, literally sewage data, ride sharing wait times, a lot of data most people wouldn't expect would have any correlation with price growth. And we got a lot of no's at the beginning from investors on the actual VC angel side, as well as real estate investors, because we were just starting. And a lot of that we used as fuel to really just work as hard as humanly possible, harder than anyone else. And I think one thing I've learned is a lot of motivation we use is to prove people wrong, that we can do this even starting out without real estate experience. We've been able to take this extremely far up to this point, going through Y Combinator, raising a venture round from some really good investors. And a lot of the motivation does come from proving people wrong. And a lot of people say, don't use that type of motivation. It should be more pure than trying to prove people wrong. And it's not the only motivation we use, but it's a big part of it. And what I've learned is whatever motivates you and helps you get up in the morning and work 12 hours a day, use it. It doesn't really matter where it comes from, obviously to a certain extent,
Mhm.
but that's really what we've learned. And we've been able to come a really far way, really long way
Mhm.
without having that initial experience, learning as we went.
Mhm.
And it's actually helped us because we didn't come in with preconceived notions,
Right.
right? So when we hear that if you track the types of dog breeds in a neighborhood,
Mhm.
that has a high correlation with rising income levels, which then correlates with price growth. We don't think that's that weird because we hadn't been in the industry for 10 years
Right.
looking at all these lagging metrics like population growth, rent growth, income growth. Whereas someone that started in real estate and then moved into tech would probably say that's ridiculous. I would never use that in a million years.
Mhm.
A little bit off track, but really what I'm trying to say is
Mhm.
any type of motivation that gets you to work extremely hard, which is 100% necessary when starting a company, use it.
Awesome. Awesome. Actually, awesome tip, by the way. That what makes you hungry, essentially. That's what you're saying. Whatever
Yeah,
makes you hungry and go after whatever goal motivates you, use that.
exactly.
Awesome. Great. Thanks again, Max. And, thanks for taking the time to record it. Obviously, you saw any real estate investor, you ought to reach out to him, even if you're a realtor. Yeah, you might help your
Yeah.
real estate investor friends, people in your folks. So anyway, I'll be posting all the links, and please connect with them, or the website will be shared. You can go take a look directly, so you don't have to talk to him. You can just use the app. So all right, thanks again, Mac.
All right. Thanks so much, Raju. Appreciate it.